Sure that it is live. End stream. Don't end stream just yet. Why does it take a while for YouTube? Oh, there you go. There we go. Hopefully, get the stream up. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to a very special Elgato podcast, or unofficial Elgato podcast. We have got a very special guest with us today, Brito from Elgato. I'm so excited, as you can probably tell. But thank you, Brito, for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Thank you. For people that don't know who Brito is, you should. But if you don't, she is the community marketing manager. So, do you want to tell everybody about it, Brito?
Yeah. So, well, hello everybody. I'm Brito. You may have seen me faceless with my team behind the Elgato account. So we run the Elgato socials, the streams. You may be familiar with all of us having seen the stuff we did with Prime Day last week. We're the ones, answering your questions on socials, giving you funny replies, and just in general, making sure that our community learns about our products, and also that you enjoy your time with Elgato, and that you really find that we are a company that is full of content creators, because I mean my whole team is content creators. Like, a lot of people from Elgato have a content background, and that's my goal as community managers, to just make sure that people know about that.
Yeah, it's a good job you do as well.
Oh,
You
I'm
do a
glad.
brilliant
Thank you.
job and all the products. As James knows as well, because he's a big, massive Elgato fan as well, aren't you, James?
Oh, just a little bit. I
Just a bit.
probably just own your stock times 2. Yeah, but I'm a massive fan. Yes, it's nice to actually meet up with somebody from Elgato. It's lovely to actually chat with you.
Mhm.
I'm actually on the Maker Store with
Oh
Icon
yeah,
City.
I
So,
know.
oh well, thank
I
you.
see everything.
I see yeah, all the gear. So I'm obviously one of the official makers for Elgato. So I talk a lot to the guys who run that, and there's just a great bunch of people. It's just nice to see somebody different within the business. So I guess before we start firing loads of questions at you, which is kind of hopefully won't be too scary,
No, I'm
we
here.
thought we'd just start off nice and easy and kind of ask you how you kind of got into Elgato. What was your journey like before you come over to Elgato? Because that'd be quite interesting for people.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever. I say it a lot because I love my story. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it, but I actually, I mean, I was community too. I mean, I bought my Stream Deck in 2017. I had just been streaming for a couple months at that point, and then this new like thing came out, like this Stream Deck thing. I'm like, whoa, that looks cool. I want to buy that. So it was honestly one of the first pieces of like peripherals I actually bought for my stream. Fell in love with it, right? Absolutely fell in love with it. I was so like, I was 16 at the time. So I was all memey, like funny sound effects and all that. This funny zoom ins. I was telling all my streamer friends about it. I had convinced, like, at that point, like 7 streamers to buy stream decks. So I was like, oh, I tweeted that, oh, I convinced like streamers to get Stream Deck. Like, I was that person tweeting at Elgato, and I thought, that's not going anywhere. And then, oh, whoa, Julian responded and like, oh, we should do something. So this is such a long story, but I made some icons for the original key creator. I don't know, James, if you're familiar with that, the key creator on the Elgato website all the way back then in 2017.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
that
Yeah,
was the OG customizing Stream Deck
it
before
really was,
Marketplace.
wasn't it? Yeah, it really was. My gosh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so some of those icons that I made were on there. I was on a pamphlet talking about how you use Stream Deck as like an artist, and use Stream Deck for paint tool science, stuff like that. And then from then on, I applied for Elgato partnership in the beginning of 2019, and I didn't get it. And then I actually, like, because I told a lot of people I applied because I had talked so much about Elgato at that point. And then I tweeted, I'm like, hey guys, like, I didn't get it, but no worries. Like, I still, I love all my stuff, and maybe one day. And then the right person saw that and said, someone will reach out to you. And then within like a month, I was partnered with Elgato. That's what I really love about Elgato. It's like, it's not really about size. It's about like your passion, just your love for sharing this kind of stuff. Really, I've seen take people very far for Elgato, which is awesome. But yeah, then I interned at Elgato in 2020 as a social media intern. continued as a contractor, went full time as a content design specialist, and then 2 years ago was promoted to community marketing manager. And that's my journey. I love my
Yay!
journey because I love Elgato. I was
It's-
just a fan. I just liked it a lot, and I'm here. It's so cool.
Well, being a fan gets you a long way with Elgato, as obviously Gaz knows, and myself. We're such big fans, which is obviously why we started this podcast. Really, because it's kind of like we wanted to talk about your products, get people introduced into your products, and obviously share how great it is, which obviously it is. I know obviously the business is quite fragmented about like where you all are.
Yeah.
I know obviously Julian's based in Germany, right?
Yep.
And the rest of you are where are you actually talking to us from right now? You're
So right now I'm in the Corsair headquarters, which is in California.
Oh, okay, cool.
Better weather there than here.
Are you anywhere near
Better
Apple
weather
Park?
there than here.
Apple Park, yeah, it's not too far. It's like maybe a really good golf shot away. If you're really good at golf, you could just like hit a golf ball over to Apple. Probably, you gotta be like really good.
Asking Tim Cook for his for your golf ball back. That's actually quite amusing.
You're like, hey, it landed in your park. Can I have it back?
Just talking about Apple very quickly, as it's quite relevant, I guess. They've obviously just released a Vision Pro here in the UK. What do you think of that? Have you had a chance to go to the Apple Store and have a play with that? Because that's
I've actually tried one here that somebody brought to the office, and that is it's pretty cool. Like I think it still has like a little bit more to go to be more usable, and especially price point and everything. But it is a very unique experience, and I think it's one of those moments where you like try and you're like, okay, this is like the next step. You like see a piece of tech and you're like, this is the next thing. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. I liked it.
I think I want to describe it as seeing the future now. That's the way I described it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Because kind of like it's so bizarre. And anybody can go to an Apple Store, by the way, and just try one of these on. It's just incredible. Yeah. I know it's an Elgato podcast, but it's quite relevant when you have technology that's so far out there. It's kind of like you guys can just snap at the heels of them all the way through.
Look, we can talk any tech. I love it.
Well, we end up doing that anyway, don't we, Gaz? To be fair,
all the time.
If it's a light news week in Elgato land, then we've got to be able to diverse our.
That's rare. As someone who does like our posting and stuff, it's pretty rare to have a light week for us here. So we just launched like a bunch of software updates today.
How's that amazing purple Stream Deck going? You had 6,900 units, I believe, because obviously the first time you've done a limited edition Stream Deck, which to me is like, whoa, I couldn't believe it. And you kind of announced it, I think, a week before Prime Day. And then obviously you had it all over Prime Day. Have you still got them about? Are they still available for people to go hold of?
Last time I checked, which was a couple of days ago, I believe Amazon still had them in stock. So, I mean, what's really special about this one is that it was an Amazon exclusive, which I don't think we've ever done with a drop like this before. I also really like you mentioned, that we announced it ahead of time. We also announced that it was going to be on sale for Prime Day. So it's not only it wasn't only like an exclusive thing, but it was on sale, which I thought was really cool, because normally, you see like an exclusive drop and it may be, like a lot more expensive or something, but it's actually like discounted. So yeah, I was a big fan of that drop. I really liked it. I'm also a little biased because I happen to be very familiar with the creator of the icons on that box. So I was just very happy to see neon grids on there.
I love the fact that you've got the card as well with the limited number on.
Yeah,
it's like a nice touch to it.
And it's like thick card, I don't think we've done something like that before. We've had paper for Pink Wave, but they were like, nicely numbered.
Yeah.
It's such a nice like step up. I think our customs team is always trying to make like that next step of like, okay, we've done this, we did this launch. Next time, how do we do it bigger? How do we do it better? And there's some cool stuff coming, I'll tell you that. But our customs team works hard. Yeah,
I must say, like I said, as a maker myself, that would have been like the dream to have a Stream Deck that kind of like went with your icons. For me, that's obviously like being recognized for your art, really, and to a point that there's almost this device made around it, which I think is quite cool. Like, obviously, I don't know if that was the case, but it's such a cool thing to see. And I think I said to Julian on Twitter on the time, I said I didn't mean to collect Stream Decks for a living. But you keep dropping stuff like that. I'm gonna have no room to sit in here.
I see you got the Pip-Boy, the Starfield. How many more you got?
I won't panic, Cameron, but enough.
Okay.
It's got a pile underneath the desk.
It's just like the camera turns. It's just a wall of Stream Deck.
Well, I've got an excuse because it's my job, right? So that's my excuse. What about you, Jazz? What's your excuse?
Well, I keep saying I don't need this, but I do need it. I keep trying to tell myself I don't need it, and then all of a sudden I say I need that. That'll go there, and then I think I need that as well, but I do, and I end up having it.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but we had Elgato in chat too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I've got to apologise to anybody who's in chat because for some reason I'm a problem with my window, so I'm relying on Gaz to feed that back to us. But hello, Elgato in chat.
Wow.
That's great.
They gave us a heads up that Stream Deck Mark II Atomic Purple is still in stock on Amazon.
Oh, it's still in stock. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So I've still got time to buy it. I've just been so busy.
You gotta collect them. I don't know. It's like
I've got to
Infinity
collect some more,
Stones.
right?
You need the last one.
So you said there's more to come. What was
Oh,
great?
that was real typing. No, it's not me. I want to be very clear too, because I know when you hear like, oh, someone's from community, they work on the social team. Now you like immediately like dedicate everything that you ever see to them. We have an incredible team here. We have our regional team as well. So yeah, it's definitely not me in chat. What if this is? It's not in chat.
Not you in chat.
I'll just like put my hands here. It's not me. Or maybe I'm using an Apple Vision Pro. I'm typing with my eyes.
So you did an incredible drop today, which I got to hear about probably about 2 hours ago, and I tweeted it within an instant because for me, it was, in case anybody doesn't know this, the Stream Deck Plus now has some attachments. It's actually become a module for 2 other attachments. And as Abrito is showing us here,
I'm using one right now.
You've got one. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. You've got it already.
Yeah.
We obviously know some people have already managed to get their hands on this already. Do you want to talk us through that? Because actually, that's quite a fun product.
Yeah. So when Gaz invited me to this podcast, and the date, you told me that it was going to be on the 25th. I'm like, oh, that's a launch day, but it would be fun to talk about it. So I don't know if you knew that this was launching today, but I was ready to talk about it. So we did mention this a little bit on the Prime Day streams last week. We did get permission to kind of give an early look at it because, Stream Deck Plus was on sale. So we were going to tell people, hey, Stream Deck Plus on sale. These are coming soon. If you want that, it's a good time. But anyways, so yeah, this morning, we launched 2 accessories for Stream Deck Plus. So this is really neat because you may be thinking like, oh, like something changed for Stream Deck Plus. I have to buy a new Stream Deck Plus. This goes to your existing Stream Deck Plus. You can add a USB hub. So this is the USB hub here. You keep the same base for this one, and then this smaller module right here connects to the base, and then it's powered through this cable right here. And it also has 2 SD card slots, one micro SD card and one regular SD port, and then 2 USB to USB-C. And then it also has PD charging as well if you're using a laptop. So so we got a USB hub, and then what I'm actually using right now for this stream, which I have the removed segment right here. So this is what the accessory looks like. This is Stream Deck Plus's XLR dock accessory. So if you have Wave XLR or if you don't have Wave XLR, we basically essentially combined Wave XLR into Stream Deck Plus. This is an XLR interface. It connects to your Stream Deck Plus. Your Stream Deck Plus still works just like it normally does. It doesn't change anything there. When you open Stream Deck software, you'll actually see right next to the name of the Stream Deck, it'll say it has XLR dock connected. That way you can really easily identify which Stream Deck Plus you're looking at. If you have multiple, James. And then it also has obviously the headphone port for monitoring, and then obviously the USB for connecting it to your computer. So, I mean, this is just a really elegant solution for combining an XLR interface into Stream Deck Plus. I mean, something we really care about with Stream Deck Plus is that, we want it to be an audio interface that's easy to control, so you can manage all your audio all in one place. Obviously, what that was missing, you can do that right now with a USB mic, but what it was missing was a built-in XLR attachment. So the incredible engineers actually created this after Stream Deck Plus launched as a way to add additional functionality to your Stream Deck Plus without having to buy another product. Well, it is another product, but another brand new Stream Deck Plus.
I love sorry, Gaz, please.
Sorry. Oh, I was actually looking into like USB hubs as well. We was talking, me and
We
James
Yeah.
were talking about it a few weeks ago, weren't we, on the podcast? Because I've got everything USB, and
Yeah.
I'm finding it difficult on what to use for videos and live streams, and then unplug that to plug someone else in to use it for a video and stuff.
Yep.
But this USB hub coming out today, I thought that was meant to be. I got well, I'm having it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it was the minute I saw it, my wallet was out and on the actual thing. It was bang. I tweeted it within minutes. I'm like, yeah, I just bought it. Here it is. It's coming. Because my little Stream Deck Neo is all binded up at the moment because I'm running out of ports and I want to plug my Stream Deck
Oh
Neo back
no.
in. It's my little. I love this little thing. It's great. So this is sitting on my desk waiting for the hub to come now.
Nice.
I just love the idea that like you said, you haven't just thrown away the idea of a Stream Deck Plus and made this. It's kind of like, here's something that's going to make it better. And also, if you've not got much space on your desk, this is
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant. Because obviously, I've got the Wave, the Go XLR add-on there, and of course, I'm just looking at a great big button. And to be fair, once I've got it dialed in, I rarely touch this dial. I'll be honest with you, I rarely touch this big wheel that you have in the front. So to have that on the back of this would make perfect sense, really.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're freeing that space up. As I said, some of us are challenged when it comes to keeping things on our desk.
Yep.
This is just such a great thing to tuck away at the back there. Just tell us a little bit more about the hub, because people are going to ask, like, what can I power from it and things like that? Because obviously for me, I want to power my Stream Deck Neo. So can I do that from the back of there?
Yeah, your Neo, absolutely, because it does have the USB slot, USB-C slot. So
Cool.
depending on your Neo products, you maybe even be able to connect even a whole setup of Neo here, right? So let's say right
Wow.
now I have Stream Deck Neo USB-C. I have Wave Neo, which is also USB-A, and then Facecam Neo, which is USB-C, right? So all
Yes.
three of these, I can have my microphone, my audio, and my control all connected into my Stream Deck Plus USB dock, and I will still have an additional USB-A port, maybe for mouse or keyboard or something like that. So, I mean, I joke about this, and actually, I wanted to make an asset for launch day for this. I wanted to record this, but we ended up not having enough time, which was I wanted to make a video where it's like, we're sorry, we're sorry that we have created a bird's nest at the back of your computer. We're sorry that, we've given you too many cables and you've given up on trying to figure out how to connect them all. As to sincerely apologize for that, here's another product. But good news, you don't need another cable for it. We are actually removing, like, if you have a Wave XLR, we're actually removing a cable for you.
You are, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's like, you can run into bandwidth issues like any, USB hub, but that's why we also have the powered option. So it doesn't come with a cable to power it. However, like any, USB-C powering cable, with the right, I don't know what to call it, but the right
Bandwidth?
like wall connection.
Oh, wall connection, okay.
Yeah, it can power more products, and it can power them more consistently. I mean, like any USB hub, you obviously want to be mindful that you're not, maybe don't connect like 4 capture cards, capturing like 4K, like whatever. I don't know. The tech team could probably tell you more on that one. This is one of those moments. If you ask me about 4 capture cards, I may go to them and be like, so what do you want me to tell them? But yeah.
So it doesn't come with any cables in the box in the hub version. Am I right in saying that? There's
No, and it will use the same cable to connect to your computer as your Stream Deck Plus.
Okay, so you just plug it in. So the power option you're talking about is, if you want to put obviously devices that require a lot of power, you can plug the USB-C into the power device straight into a plug into the wall, and it'll power that. Yeah, cool. I get it. Okay. I wasn't quite clear on that initially looking at the literature. Again, I haven't much chance to look through it. I just bought it and thought I need it. Stupidly, I'm thinking I'm able to ask you now all those questions. It's great.
Oh my God, don't ask me too many questions.
Okay.
I have a lot of technical knowledge, but like, I don't know. I don't want to like, I will always say our website is the most accurate source of this information, obviously. But yeah, so that power, it's I believe 100 watts, like PD charging. So if you have a laptop, it'll charge your laptop
That's incredible.
when you connect it to your computer. Yeah.
because that's another thing. I have my MacBook Pro here a lot of times, and that sits next to my PC, so I can be Mac and PC at the same time. So being able to plug, oh my god, for the first time in the back of a Stream Deck to power my laptop is such a great idea. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure there's lots of people who's doing that as well. That's such a great product. I did not see that come in. And again, me and Gaz always talk about kind of what will Elgato release next. It's one of our things we like doing at Gaz. What they're going to release next? The Elgato bike, the Elgato cheese maker. It's
The
that's what we.
Elgato chair with a nice Elgato
Oh, the
white
Elgato
embroidered
chair. I
logo.
mean, yeah, look at us. We're just
Oh, that'd be nice.
we're all
Oh
branded,
God!
all
If,
sitting here with our brands behind us.
if
Like,
you if you ask our Discord, they'll bother me about the Elgato rug.
oh, the
They
Elgato.
won't leave me alone about the
Oh,
Elgato rug.
hey,
I
That
don't
was
know
a
if you
joke
guys
as
have
well,
seen
wasn't
that.
it?
Yeah, that was our April
remember
Fool's joke for
Yeah.
I believe last year's April
last
Fool's.
year, yeah.
Yeah,
And the Stream Deck pillow, the removable icons. I was dying for that. I thought that was
that was
great.
cool.
Yeah, I was all sitting there waiting for it to launch in the store, ready to buy it. And like, okay, we didn't want the was it scented candle that smelled the feet? We didn't quite.
Are you
Want
sure you didn't want that one? I mean,
We
I think
didn't
that's the
want
one. If we were to launch any, we should probably pick that one. I think.
It's such a funny thing.
Oh
Oh,
my
that's
god,
so funny.
we also we put that one as the banner on April Fool's Day, and I'm like, man, this is one of the worst things we've ever done. I just put feet on our banner. What are we doing here?
Well,
I mean,
Elgato in the chat have just said someone say Elgato rug.
No, please. Oh my god. I like anytime I interact with anybody in the Discord or the Twitch stream, I could just say hi and then they just Brito, where's the rug? Oh my god.
so Burrito, we're talking about marketing campaigns. What do you think, or what has been maybe for you, probably personally, what has been the best marketing campaign Elgato have done so far that maybe you might be involved with, or just in the past?
So, I mean, I am really grateful that I've been involved with so much. So I started in May 2020 and then, my internship started immediately. Hey, we're launching Wave in
Yeah,
like 2.5 weeks. Let's make some videos and stuff like that. So, I mean, Wave is very near and dear to my heart because now it feels like we've always had microphones, but just 4 years ago, we launched our first microphone. I think that's really cool. We have so many things. We didn't have mic arms. We didn't have an XLR interface. We didn't have a lot of the things that we have now when I started. So I mean, Wave is near and dear just because it was the first one I launched. It was a humongous effort. It was something so new for us. It was definitely a new territory to explore. And even though I was new, I could tell, that we were doing our due diligence to make sure, this isn't just a microphone. This is a microphone that speaks to what it needs to, right? This is serving the right community. We are communicating this correctly. The features, that streamers will value, like clip guard, which is new, making sure we can educate people on that. I mean, now I'm sure you guys are oh, clip guard. Obviously, I know clip guard.
yeah.
Which also another cool thing about Stream Deck Plus XLR dock is that it lets you have clip guard on your XLR microphone, any XLR microphone, which is very nice. But anyways, tangent. You can tell I could talk all day. You could see
Hey,
me
it's
here.
all
I'll
good.
talk
I'm
10 hours.
listening, learning. It's all good.
But I'd say my personal favorite social community launch that we did was Stream Deck Pedal, because I knew it was going to be big, right? And I was at that point content design specialist, but I was given the opportunity to lead that launch. That was my first launch I ever led at Elgato, and I think our most viewed video ever on any platform ever was a video I created for that launch with the team, of course. And I was just so ecstatic. It meant so much to me. I found out about Elgato because of Stream Deck. I was so excited about Stream Deck Pedal. It was the first big evolution on Stream Deck. The first time we changed, keys to be something different.
Yeah.
Now we have obviously Stream Deck Plus, but I was just so excited about launching Stream Deck Pedal, and it was my first launch. And then a couple months from then is when I got promoted to community marketing manager, and I feel like if I hadn't gotten that opportunity to lead that launch and prove how much I love these launches and how much care I can give to them, that maybe I wouldn't have this role. So it means a lot to me. That launch was everything. I launched it, and a fun fact: the launch post for that, I was visiting the California office. I didn't live in California at the time. I was visiting the office, so I actually posted the launch tweets from the floor of the house that I was staying at for that short work trip that I did, because it was like 7 in the morning. I wasn't going to go into the office that early, so I was literally tweeting the launch tweets on the laptop on the floor.
Well, things I remember that when it was launched,
Hey, Stream Deck
There
Pro.
we go.
and initially when I saw it, it went, it's another capture card. What is showing us a picture of a capture card
Hey,
for?
I made the trailer, okay?
It was like, well,
It looked like a capture card for the first second.
I was, yeah, absolutely. I was like, huh? If you wasn't paying proper attention, it's kind of like, well, I still see them like on places like eBay and sort of popping up on Amazon, as you said. And sometimes, if I look really quickly, it's like, oh, it's a capture card. It's like, oh no, that's the pedal.
Oh, is that a new capture card?
Yeah, I was like, whoa, because obviously that's what we call the design language is carried through the Elgato stuff, which I love so much about it. And of
Yeah.
course, it comes to creating stuff like I do, me and Gas both create constantly with these devices that they're reliable. That's what we love about it. They're reliable. They're thought through,
Yeah.
and it isn't just like I said, even down to the cables being braided and things like that. Those little things that are just so important. We just
Plus,
think it's
Elgato listens to people as well.
yeah,
You know,
100%.
Yeah. So if they say they want this feature, they actually look into it, and then not so long down the line, you've like made it happen.
Yeah, I think what people are like that you realize pretty quickly, but you wouldn't imagine is, man, we see everything. Like we're seeing the ideas like that you're saying that you want for something. We're seeing maybe there's a feature that doesn't really work great in your setup. We're seeing these things. We collect this information and we improve like those iterations later on. I mean, mic arm is a great example of that, right? So the mic arm that you can buy today, obviously, I mean, there may be like some different inventory depending where you're buying from, but the mic arm you buy today, is the same price and the same, like same mic arm that you bought years ago. However, the physical build is different. We've made improvements. The magnets are stronger. We heard people saying that, people saying that, the magnets, sometimes they'd move the mic around and, it might pop it out. So we made the magnets way stronger. We added additional holes too in the newest iterations and, just trying to make it better. I love that we do that because it's not launch a product and then we can just leave it the same and it'll keep selling. It's like, okay, well, we're learning all these things. How can we like improve these in the next batch, or how can we maybe if we make a different product, how can we take our learnings that we already have and bring it into that? I mean, the discussions are so like fascinating to me. I have so much respect for the team that creates these products. I mean, you were even talking about the design earlier. It's such a consistent design language. And I too, am an artist, I'm a designer. I've always been a huge fan of how well everything works together.
Yeah, everything's got to have its own story in a way, isn't it? But then actually, when it comes to linking those together, nothing's jarring to the eye. Everything kind of just sits in line with each other. I mean, I'm staring at the Stream Deck Plus. I've got my Go XLR to the right. I've got a 15 to the left of that, and underneath that, I've got the 32, and they just look amazing together. They're all different products in their own right, if you like, but together they look so great. My only kind of one thing is like, I guess it's a wish list, I guess, but I wanted to mount my arm. I've got the low profile arm on here at the moment, and I wanted to mount it to the wall, and I couldn't find anything to do that.
Cool, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the only kind of thing that I kind of went, oh, everything seems to be kind of anchored to your to the base of your desk. But I've got one of these custom-made desks, which I've just obviously pushed it against the wall and glued it all in and stapled it in, whatever. And I was like, how on earth am I going to get a mount? Because I didn't want anything to sit on the front of the desk. So I went on Amazon and found a kind of a way around, but it's still jarring me. Every time I look at it, I'm still jarred by it because it's the only part of my setup that doesn't look quite right. But that's the thing for you. A wall mountable mount system that I could put my low profile on would be amazing.
Do you have the white mic arm or the black mic arm? Which one you got?
I have the white one at the moment. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got.
So you feel the magnets, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I had the black one, and I gave the black one away in a competition. Like I do quite a few competitions through Icon City and whatnot. We have a great partner system we run for all our partners over there. And anything I'm kind of not using or I've moved on from, I kind of like put it out there for people to sort of pick up on.
Nice.
As anybody knows me, I'm all about the white at the moment. Everything's moved to white. I even bought a white Stream Deck Plus because I had a black one, and it just didn't fit with what I was doing, so that went. Which also brings me to the case of the hub and the XLR. It's only available in black right now, isn't it?
Yep, it's available in black.
So will we see a white version, or are we asking too much too early?
I mean, look, it's one of those things of this is new for us, right? I mean, this is the first time we launch a modular accessory to Stream Deck. So look, I'm not on those teams. I don't make those decisions. I do bring the feedback though, so I'll let them know that if the people want them. I've seen a couple people asking. That's not to say like anything's necessarily going to happen, but I will say though, especially for the USB hub, since it is just the smaller piece, it's not actually the base as well. That
Right.
you really wouldn't see this as much in your setup. I know if you're going all white, like trust me, I have an all white setup. I understand. All white and pink, so I understand. But I will say, like the USB hub is a little less jarring because it's pretty hidden. The XLR dock does have the base as well, so like you would see the black base with the white Stream Deck in this case.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, when I joined, all I wanted was us to make a white Stream Deck. I had it on my Trello, which is how I organize my work. I had demand white Stream Decks be made. I still have it there. I've had it there for 4 years. It was the first thing I put on my Trello. Demand white Stream Decks be made. And now we have them. We have white Stream Decks. We have white Stream Deck Plus. I mean, even with Neo, we have technically, white webcam. We have white mics, white mic arms. So, I mean, we've come a long way. I mean, who's to say? I mean, anything can happen, right?
I mean, you're right. I mean, when you're going for that perfect white aesthetic, there's one piece that I bought. That, again, it wasn't Elgato, but it just made such a difference. And this is the Nomad charger for your iPhone. See that?
Is it the magnetic that you just pop the phone right on?
Hang on there. But the weight of
nice.
it is killer. Like, it's so much weight here that you can push your phone onto it, and it doesn't move one iota. And of course, it will charge iPhone 15 and whatever all the way up to the top there. But this is like one.
Nice.
It's a beautiful piece. It's quite expensive. It's from Nomad. Obviously, they're obviously quite good at what they do. But for me, this was a game changer when this came on my desk, because you always sort of throw our phones next to a cable, or it's sort of just sitting down. So having this sort of like banged on and just magnetically holding it there, it's such a great piece of kit.
If you ever you said you do some giveaways and stuff, you ever do a giveaway for one of those? I mean, let me know. I'm entering.
Well, I'll tell you what, the weight alone, it cost me about £500 to send it to California. So,
oh my god.
maybe I can hand deliver it when I'm over next. But like I said, it's great for that. But it's always things like this that we kind of like, being tech nerds, we're never far away from our phones, really. And I always think that space is quite interesting, especially with Elgato having all these things. Yeah, we just either it's in the back pocket or it's just thrown, on the desk somewhere. So when I saw this, I was genuinely like, what a great, like, and it's not just a piece of plastic. It's like so well made. It's ceramic fronted and all that sort of stuff. And I love that when somebody says that this is something you're going to use every day, it needs to not move or shimmy out the way.
Yep.
I love it, and it just fits on my desk. It fits with what I do. We just need a white prompter next. If I can just build that little list up for you.
I was going to mention that then.
If we can, as you'll hear, may have an ear to the guys. I know you don't work with them, but there's always
you can keep talking to me. You can keep giving me suggestions. I mean, I'll take them. I have developed two things, like like the back of my hand. Number one is saying we can't comment on future products.
Of course.
But I can share like feedback, as well as I do not work in partnerships. You can check out our website to learn more about partnerships. Those two things, you could talk to me all day. I'll be able to tell you those things, because I completely understand. Look, I too, I did the same thing. I'm like, I want this, I want that. Are you making this? Are you making that? I completely understand. It's just,
I think
I'll bring forward your feedback to the team.
It was like with the USB hub. Julian posted a picture of an open box. And I think it was yesterday you posted a video of behind the scenes of like the prop. Was it yesterday? No, it wasn't yesterday. It was a couple of days ago.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday. You posted like a behind the scenes, and I noticed a USB hub, and I thought, I hope that's real. And then as soon as Julian posted that, I said, I wonder if that is the USB hub, and it was. I was like, yeah. I'm having it.
I swear to God, they must have listened to our first podcast, Gaz, because we were screaming about that, wasn't we? Oh
Yeah.
my God, just like the lack of USB for anybody on PC, especially, will tell you that it's the biggest woe of it all.
Well,
Oh,
but
I
now I get
completely
this.
understand.
I can plug my Facecam Neo in, my Wave Neo, my Stream Deck Neo in. I can put everything in it when I get it.
Uh-oh. Too many boxes.
I got
So-
loads
so-
of boxes to
So one of
hand.
the questions we obviously was going to ask you was, what role does customer feedback, do for you in the market strategy of things? I mean, is there somewhere that people can go and just say, "Hey, wouldn't this be great"? Is there it's like an email or
Yeah, we
someone
have a channel in our Discord that will
Discord, yeah.
direct you. I don't remember the exact link. However, the channel should be called Feature Request, if I'm not mistaken. Let me
Okay.
actually try to grab that link. Boom, 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 boom. Feature request. There you go. So we have a feature request form. Can I post links in this chat here?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
And we'll have that put on the bottom of the stream once we finish.
Yeah, I
as well,
kind of entered that a little bit weird, but yeah, it's we have should have a form there you can share. I mean, also like legitimately just tagging us and sharing your ideas, or like you're doing right now, and like telling me stuff here. This kind of stuff it does not just disappear. Like we do listen, we do collect the needs of what people are asking. They may not even know they're making a feature request. They may say something like, I have too many like USBs to connect. I don't have the space for it. And we're like, okay, this may be, something that we can make a solution for. I mean, the other thing too is sometimes we get feature requests for like very niche and specific things that we don't think we can necessarily provide too much value to. And you may notice, I mean, we don't do those things, right? Like a lot of the product decisions that are made because we truly believe that we can make a product that is valuable and is, impactful and is different than something that you can already buy, or is made for the audience in a way that the other products aren't. So we, when we're collecting like product feedback and stuff like that, we collect it very consciously, right? Like everybody can tell us they need Elgato phone. Well, can we make a phone that is actually going to be better for you than another phone that you may buy? Like that's just not an area where we can provide that much value. It's not a product that maybe
Fits
something
within
we displore.
Yeah.
Discover or explore. I combine them. That's a new word. We invented that today.
Abrito, can you do me a favor? Can you just say hi
Yeah.
or something in chat so I can make you a mod so you can post the
Oh,
link?
I'm on mod. Let's go.
There you go. Add as a mod. There you go. You should be able to post a link.
Also, hope everyone in chat is doing well today.
There we
Hello.
go.
I mean, on that point, I spent just under 10 years working with Apple, and one of the things when Steve Jobs was still alive, with Johnny Ive sort of in charge of design and stuff, he always spoke about that 1,000 no's to 1 yes. There was always products that people wanted Apple to make. Wouldn't it be great if Apple made a car? Wouldn't it be great if Apple made a hairdryer or
It
whatever?
would be great if they made a car.
Yeah,
So cool.
yeah. And it was one of those really powerful statements. I think, like I said, Johnny Ive came out with going, for every 1,000 no's, there's 1 yes, and it's being focused within the business. I think he said something like being brave enough to say no, even when it sounds like a great product, and they do the product really, really well. That actually they say no to it, and it's being brave within that sort of design structure, is saying, we're working on something really great now. We need to give it our 100% attention, and we can be taken away from that really, really easily. And I think that's what John said. He said he was so excited about things that he come up with that Steve Jobs would say, "We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about this." And as frustrating as that can be to a designer, it's kind of like that's real focus, isn't it, within business? That with you guys, obviously, we're looking at content creators, we're looking at streamers, and that area is so wide. And you're right that it would make sense that we've got all this great stuff in front of us now. We stare at it every day, but we still sit on the same old chair, right? And it's like, well, is that comfort thing something that we can bring to the game? Is there something we can do different with the chair that we could bring to the game? It may or may not be something you did in the future, but it all kind of comes together, doesn't it, within that space, because you are sitting within that space on a daily basis using all of this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, also, yeah, the concept that you're saying with, like a thousand no's, one yes, like the idea of you have to go through a lot of like iteration to reach like
Yeah.
a final product, or a lot of exploration and ideas, and be willing to shut down those ideas. I mean, I think that applies to like so many different things. I mean, this applies to streamers too. I mean, there may be like, I recently went to a summit for, raising money for St. Jude. It's held in Memphis, Tennessee by St. Jude. One of the speakers there said something that stood out to me so much, and I think will stand out a lot for us as creators. I mean, I'm a creator too, right? Which
Yeah.
is N just means no, no means next one, right? So you're going to hear a lot of no's. That just means that the next one might be the
Good.
yes. It's just a redirection. It's bringing you to the next one, right? This is not the one that was meant to be. Maybe that's a partnership. Maybe that's, you asked somebody to collaborate with you. Maybe you streamed one day and it didn't go well. Maybe that's just directing you to the next one, right? I mean, I can even tell you, and this is like, some of the craziest streams I've had where I'm like, I can't believe like that just happened, or I can't believe I raised that much amount for charity. I can't believe I got that raid. I can't believe this happened. What anything, right? It's wild, and it doesn't even sound real, but almost all of those streams were days that I wasn't going to stream, right? Like it was days that like, like I'm not feeling it. Maybe yesterday's stream wasn't so great. Maybe I was like, just not feeling super pumped. But I think what a lot of the creators who make it far, what they are willing to do is willing to take no. They're willing to take rejection, and they're willing to take it gracefully, respectfully as well. That's another big thing. Not it's not personal. A no is usually not personal. That could be either in not having a successful stream, or not getting a partnership, or not getting a collaboration.
Hey, so it goes back to that same old thing, isn't it? If you want something bad enough, again, my history was I got, like you, got rejected initially from Apple, and I was devastated because it was something that I was so into. I owned all the
Yeah.
products and was like, how could they say no to me? It's just like, I'm the number one fan. How can this happen? But what it does, it just makes you stronger and more determined. And actually,
Yeah.
sometimes hearing a no, like as what you said, actually is kind of one of those things that you go, actually, I'm going to work twice as hard.
Exactly.
I thought I was working hard before. Now I'm going to like double up on that because I want it so bad, and I want them to see I want it so bad too.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing, is it? We don't hear, I said, normally no's very often because it's such a sharp thing to the ears. I'm a foster carer as well, and I look after children, and one of the things we don't do is say no. We say, can I have this biscuit, or can I go on that ride, or can we buy this game? It's like, yes, but when it's your birthday, or yes, we'll do that, but right now we're going to do this. So we kind of deflect that no into a yes. And I think that's really interesting, like the way our language has changed when it comes to people always wanting things now. It's kind of like, how can we redirect that to a positive stance as opposed to a negative one?
Yeah. I mean, I can even give you my like another Elgato experience, which is that I had been, discussing a project, and with Elgato, and I had given, a quote, and then the conversation kind of fell off, and I was beating myself up for months. I was like, I quoted too high, because I was being, I was being a little ambitious. Like I was trying to be like, I was trying to pursue art specifically at that time. So I was like, okay, like I was like, oh man, like I quoted too high. I shouldn't have done that. But I'm like, well, that's how much I wanted to quote, blah, blah, blah. And then I spoke to the person at TwitchCon, and then I was like, hey, sorry, I like quoted too high. And they're like, oh no, it was just that like, that project that we were working on, like, fell through, whatever, blah, blah, like, like basically I had misunderstood it, right? So sometimes these rejections, they feel so personal, right?
Yeah.
They feel like, you failed, you did something wrong. And you know what? Sometimes that may be true. However, I see people beat themselves up all the time for things of like, it's just like, maybe there's just not enough space for like one more thing, or maybe that project didn't continue, or, it's not, so many things shouldn't feel that personal. And yeah, like you're saying, the no feels so intense when it's just next one. The next one's gonna be it. I mean, I applied too to intern at Coursera, because it's the Coursera internship program I did with Elgato the year before, and I didn't get it. Right? Like I was like, oh man, like, well, that sucks. But now, look, knowing how my life has gone the past, because that was 2019, the past 5 years, I wasn't ready for an internship that year. Like I wasn't. I if I would have gotten that internship, I don't think I would have done that great. I wasn't in the right like mindset to take something on then. And I'm glad they said no. It wasn't a good fit for me at the time. I needed one more year to be in college. I needed one more year to explore new things, to become a better streamer. And then I was so ready in 2024. I was so ready. I just think that's, it's crazy when you think about it. These no's lead you to where you got to go.
I think that's great. If anybody listening to this, it's such great advice. And I love that next one. That's like really cool. I love it when you come up with this stuff like that. It's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I wish I could take credit for it, but it was an incredible speaker
that's
from
really
the
good.
St. Jude Summit. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it makes you think twice. Gaz?
Yeah, I was
You're
about
just
to
taking
say.
it in.
It's so flabbergasted by it. Well,
Yeah, when I was trying to get partnership with Elgato as well, I applied. I applied quite a few times, and Kate Phase Games on Twitter. She said, we're not looking for somebody yet, so if anything comes up, she'll let me know. And it was a few months, and then it was just pulling up on the drive, and I had a message saying, we'd like to sign you up as a partner to Elgato. And I was like, hang on, what's that saying?
Hang on.
Hang on a minute.
And I was like, hang on, that doesn't say. What's that saying? What's that?
What's that saying?
And I was pinching myself and everything. I could not believe it. And
isn't it fun remembering that moment?
Yeah.
For me, it was in
like
my it was my college art history class, and I think I told everybody in that class, and I don't think anybody understood what I was talking about, because they don't do content, they don't understand like partnership stuff. But I was like, look, I got the email, I got the partnership. Nobody understood what I was talking about. I went home, I told my family, and finally someone knew what I was talking about.
I think I said to somebody a lot of ago, are you still amazed that people, when you say the word Elgato, they go, who? I'm
not surprised at all.
I find it amazing because I can't stop talking about it. Anybody I meet, they're having it both barrels, as they say. But it's kind of, I still find it weird when I have to. In fact, was it Julian we were speaking to? I said, how do you tell people what you do? And Julian said, I still find it difficult, And I think that's so funny, because like, it's not an easy thing to explain, especially if you're not from the creator or you're a streamer or things like that. Is trying to explain. Elgato, they kind of make, and I end up just saying, well, they make keyboards and things like that, and people go, oh, you mean computer stuff? It's like, oh yeah, that's what I'm
sure.
talking about. And they'll just go along with everything you say. But especially obviously myself, I create icons for the Stream Deck, and that's like a whole bucket of worms right there, as they say. It's kind of like, how do I explain that I make images for this and it works with this? Because it seems to be over convoluted. Anyway, I think we need to actually kind of like, away from the technical side, what is it you do kind of in your spare time when you're not sort of flying the Elgato flag like us? Is there anything that kind of like you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, so I mean, I love streaming during fundraising time, so I stream a lot in April and May. Other than that, I mean, since I moved here, it's a very different experience in California than back home. So I actually moved here the beginning of last year. So the first time, moving away from home as a conscious being and not being like 3 years old. But it's been crazy. I do like some hiking. I play a lot of games still. Man, it's like there's always plans. Like I do a lot of board game nights.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. I just do a bunch of stuff. I also watch TikTok. I myself like consuming like social media, which is like then my whole day turns into social media.
I have put the link to your Twitch in the description as well. So go and check out Abrito Art on Twitch. Go and check it out. Link is in the description.
And what games are you sort of normally streaming over on there then?
Streaming? I stream anything. I stream literally anything. I stream horror games. I stream indie games. I stream not games. I stream art. for charity, I did squats for every 50 cents we raised before my first charity stream, like of the year. And I've done over like 1,000 squats in one stream.
You mean physical
Physical
squats?
squats. I mean,
Oh my
the
God.
quality of them is, especially like when you pass the 500 point, is
Gaz, we need to get on the
not
old
so
gym
great.
and sort that out, mate. I think that's obviously the key to success right there, mate. Is get our squat game up.
I think I could do one, but 1,000, Jesus.
Well, I can spell it, but that's.
Look, I have stairs where I live. I literally crawl down the stairs for the next like 2 days.
I bet.
Yeah, I had to stay home from work sick after. I was like, I cannot.
So one more thing I'd love to find out
Yeah.
is kind of what is your like. If we could take all those products away from you right now on that desk and go, right,
You can't. No.
I know, right? That's how I'd feel.
Come
No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Which product would you say would just be like, you cannot live without that? This is the one. This is kind of it.
A Stream Deck is always the answer.
Yeah,
I mean, I deal with a lot of stuff with the community, right? I recently collected clips and I asked everybody, like, what's your favorite Elgato product in your setup? And they're like, oh, it's close, but Stream Deck. Every video ended up being Stream Deck. So, I mean, it is a matter of like, for me, it's definitely Stream Deck. It's the first one I had. I used it, all the time, and I literally could not stream without it. Like, no way. I'm gonna stream with a Stream Deck every time, whether it's like, I bring Neo with me or I have my Mark II at home. But honestly, I feel like the hidden answer there is Wave 3. Like, I can't stand joining calls when I'm not with my Wave 3. I love using my Wave 3. So while Stream Deck is like my favorite answer, because I really am consciously aware of when I'm using it, but Wave 3 is just like always there. It's got my back.
I must admit, I'm about to head off to France within the next week, and I'm off to probably about 2-3 weeks. And in my bag, I'm not even joking, my Stream Deck Plus is going with me this time. I always take a Stream Deck with me on holiday because I never know when I might need to do something. If something's going to happen, I need to attach my Stream Deck. And my wife says, look at me going, are you bringing work on holiday? I'm like,
oh my God.
No, I'm not bringing work. I'm bringing my fantastic Stream Deck with me.
Bringing my productivity.
I can't leave him alone.
Yeah. And of course, I saw the new software for the Stream Deck Plus with the dials being able to have those little images running through the thing. Yeah. And my eyes were just like falling out of my head going, I can do so much of that. So I've got a million ideas. My brain's going to fall out. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight after watch that video.
Oh my God. No, please get sleep.
But I think that's something, again, Elgato's so good at. It makes what I do so much easier and gives us so many great ideas to work with.
I'm
you're
really
right.
glad,
I think I'm the same. Stream Deck for me is you can't replace it. You can replace your mic, your headphones. I mean, I've got like 3 pairs of headphones I'm looking at right now, and none of them are working for me, unfortunately. But my Stream Deck I couldn't replace. There's nothing that comes close. And trust me, folks, I've tried them all. I won't mention names, but just know that Stream Deck is the best. That's all I'm going to say.
I paid him to say that.
I'm
kidding. I did not.
She really didn't.
I didn't have to.
You didn't have to. No.
These headsets, these are the Virtuoso Pro headsets from Corsair, and I absolutely love these.
Oh, I don't have any of those, Gaz. Do you think how we could get me a pair of those? If only we knew somebody.
I'll forward your feedback.
Well,
for information about Corsair partnerships, please visit the website.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't want to start pushing people. But I think I've got my Steel Series here. I've got my AirPod Pro Maxes here. I've got my AirPods Pro AirPods, and none of them are working. This is the thing. I've got all this gear, and none of them are working.
I'll say I love using my AirPods, but man, those things are never charged when I need them to be.
That's the true story right there.
Right? It's like when I don't need them, it's like, okay, they're fully charged. I don't have to charge it. But then I'm like, oh, I need it for a call. It's like, okay, well, I'm going on speaker today.
Oh, that's great. So what's the future for you? Obviously, we'll probably have to wrap this up very shortly.
Yes.
But what's the future for you with Elgato? Where do you see yourself going after that? Have you got your eye, or is that top secret?
I mean, for me, I love Elgato. I mean, like anybody else, I'm like, oh, like, is there like anything I should be thinking about? I'm like, Elgato's it for me. Like, I love the products. I'm so passionate about this. I mean, look, you sat me here for an hour and I had my time zones mixed up. So I actually didn't even have time to like properly prepare, but I could talk about this any day. Like, just like, you know, anyone could randomly call me and say, talk about Elgato for 10 hours. I'm like, okay, say less. Can I do 20? Like I can have a yapathon over here, just be yapping about Elgato. So I mean, I really love Elgato. The team is incredible. I mean, I am so fortunate to just have the most incredible team that like makes my job so easy, and to have, you know, a great manager that also makes my life easy as well. I really, you know, I have ever since, you know, my first interaction with Julian, I really respect Julian. I don't get a chance to say it too much to him. I respect Julian so much for his vision for Elgato and the way he approaches community, and just I've never seen someone who cares so much and also have a role with so much responsibility where you can enact that care for a community so much. So it's such a special place. I love Elgato. I could I could go on and on. I really enjoy my work. I love what I do. I get to be so creative. I get to make videos one day. I get to make a trailer if I need to. I get to, you know, write social copy. I get to respond to community. I get to do fun giveaways. Right after we wrap this up, you know, gonna start the Elgato stream up. I get to work with a great team. Yeah.
I mean, you have got a great. You got Steggy, you got Jasmine.
Yeah, we for the stream
Loads.
today. So Jeff isn't actually based in the California office, but for the stream today, we're gonna have Chris and Jasmine talking all about the new products.
Oh,
I was
fantastic.
expecting
Dock and
Phil
Hub.
to join as well.
Well,
I
look,
mean, Phil might be in chat, but he's not on the stream this time.
well, look, we've got to let you go then, because obviously we're out of
We're gonna be
sync.
streaming from this setup. This is the setup.
I'm so excited. You know what? It's so nice to actually see this setup. Is it green screen? Or is it actually, it's actually there.
Oh,
right?
absolutely not.
Real.
Is she gonna? Yay! There you go,
Oh,
folks.
real.
It's the real deal. Look at that. That's no green screen. Even though Elgato do the greatest green screens ever made, of course.
Steggy was using a green screen as well with the monitors and the key lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's green screen, because I mean we do sometimes stream from our like own homes, and sometimes green screen makes sense, and that's why there's a green screen. But no, this is real. This setup is so pretty in person too.
It's so beautiful, so easy on the eye. I love it. Okay, well, thanks so much. Honestly, really enjoyed that. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, thank you guys. I mean, I wish I could ask you guys questions too. Before we go, can I ask you guys a quick question?
Yeah. Go for it.
So, if you could design your own Elgato product right now, what would it be?
I could take this, can I? That's easy for me. I just want. I think the 32 key Stream Deck is so desirable to people who are gamers, people who use this in their simulation rigs. So people who use Flight Simulator, use it on their sim racing. So anything to do with like F1 cars, GT3 cars, things like that. They have these 32 key Stream Decks, you know, stapled to the side of their rigs and things like that. I'd love to see some faceplates for that. I think it'd be like really cool for people to have some sort of way that can actually change those. But also, I'd love to see, just from a productivity side, is having sliders, being able to have a slider. We've got dials now, which I love. I love dials. But having a slider, I actually did draw a picture of the Stream Deck, and I sent it to I just send it to our friend Mr. Julian, and I said, "This is what I want." See that? And basically, the Stream Deck with two sliders either side, and like a row of 4 buttons, and maybe like 15 actual square icons on it. So it was what I would call the Stream Deck Daddy. There you go. I've named it the Stream Deck Daddy. And the idea is
that might need a couple of that might need 1,000 no's.
Yeah, it will need 1,000 no's. I mean, it probably look horrendous.
Someone's messing with my key light.
It would probably look horrendous on your desk, but I think just seeing a slider would be such fun on a Stream Deck. Really, really would. But that slider for me in games could mean a lot more applications for that. But that's just me. So there you go. That's my 2 cents.
All right, guys, I want your answer in a moment. However, I do want to say, somebody said a Stream Deck that's compatible for console use. This isn't console, but I do want to share a video. I don't know if you guys have seen this, which is Stream Deck Kit for iPads. This is a new thing that's being explored, which is, I believe, I'm not very technical, I'm going to say API that basically allows you to create Stream Deck like actions for iPad apps. Which is pretty cool. Check out that video. I mean, this is something I think we're actively exploring, and then the documentation is available. And I think, you know, this video answers some initial questions about that. So,
yeah, I mean, we do an application for Farming Sim, which is absolutely huge, and we do sell a lot of copies accessories through Marketplace and through our own website. And one of the biggest things that people say straight away is, can I use this on my Xbox? Because farming simulator is just so huge. There's so many things you can do within that environment that having just a control pad isn't enough. It's, can we hook this on? So yeah, it would be a great addition if we can move that to a console based input box. That would be absolutely incredible. Gaz, come on, let's spill it. 2 cents.
Well, we was talking about this as well not so long ago. A Stream Deck within the keyboard. I know that's been done really already, but probably like a full size Stream Deck within the keyboard, and you can detach it from the keyboard.
Oh, so like a magnetic add-on thing that goes on the side, or okay.
Yeah,
so
I think
like a keypad, but with
where the num key pad will go. Take that out and put the Stream Deck in. That's what I'd like to see.
So basically, have it flat on the surface of your desk.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a safe space as well, wouldn't it? As well for some people.
It's technically possible with Stream Deck Mark II because you can change the orientation of the keys in software.
Oh, you can, you can.
Yeah, so you can technically have the logo be on the outside right, and then just route that cable maybe with the same place you route your keyboard cable, and just have it flat without the base. So it's, I mean, technically kind of possible if you're talking about like not physically on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've already done it, Gaz. Sorry. I've done it.
When we launched, like one of those things that like I didn't know I needed until they did it was changing the orientation of the keys in the software. I thought that was like so creative. I'm like, wait, I didn't even realize people use their Stream Decks like upside down, and they do. It's crazy.
Yeah, again, for people in sim rigs, what they do is they put like a carbon fiber wrap onto the actual Stream Deck and have it side mounted, as you said, and have one either side of the steering wheel.
Exactly.
So I see that a lot. Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, there's so many possibilities.
Yeah, I do have a hard cutoff for the stream.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll.
Thank you.
We're going to say goodbye.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off. We gotta get the stream going.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.
Good luck with the stream.
Good luck with the stream. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye. Do I just leave here? I'm leaving. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Wow, that was really fun.
Wow, that was mad.
There you go.
God.
Our first official Elgato guest, which is lovely. That's so
amazing,
lovely.
actually.
That was a great conversation, and it's so nice to hear that success.
Thank you, Elgato.
Yeah, thank you so much, Elgato. That was absolutely brilliant. It's so nice to come on to this podcast, where we're obviously really, love the product, and we both own a lot of the product as well. And we've all got a keen interest in it. It's so nice to have somebody talking to us from the inside, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And we thought it'd take a while before they would trust us enough not to muck it up.
Oh.
You're gonna sleep well tonight, aren't you, Gaz?
Yeah, I'll sleep now. I've been sweating all day. I'm thinking, oh my God, I hope everything goes okay.
And then when my headphones didn't work and I wasn't connecting, you're sitting there going, this is going to be me on my own with it. That's right. I wouldn't leave you hanging, buddy. I got you back.
Need a drink.
Okay, well, on that bombshell, it's 10 o'clock in the UK, if not just...
Yep.
How the chat room goes? Anything you just want to talk on the chat rooms? Anybody we want to shout out to?
Well, Becca likes Abrito's top.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic company with a great community, Daz said. We need Abrito here again. It's been so interesting, Daz. Yeah. Let's sort out the time zones out though.
Yeah. As I said before, I've made that mistake many a time, especially like I said, talk to Elgato. They are so fragmented across the world. Really, they've got offices and a lot of people work remotely as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that goes on with Elgato. So whoever you talk to, it can be all over the place. It really can. So just double checking it, and I have to, like I said, double check it a million times. James, have you been on holiday? You look too healthy for the UK wet summer. Oh, bless her. I've just looked at the chat for the first time. No, there's a lot of pushing a pushchair outside. The sun's been out and it's been great. Hey, Ray. Ray's been in. That's good to see. great stuff, man. That's lovely, and just so great to see Elgato in the chat. That's so great of
Yeah,
them
that's
to come in
yeah.
and say hello. But again, Gaz, what a brilliant day for product launch. That's amazing, isn't it? That
I didn't know anything about it either.
no, and that's they're very good at that, just dropping it out on us like that. And
Yeah.
again, very Apple-esque thing as well is I know kind of the iPhone comes out every September, but there's
Yeah.
things about the year that just drop things. You're going, oh my god, that's really cool. And they're doing it. You know, they're not sitting on the laurels. I love it. They're not sitting on the laurels. And for me, they're still making Stream Deck relevant as well. I think,
Yeah.
you know, as you know, what I do with the business is without Stream Deck, I kind of don't have a business really. And so when I see them investing all that time within that product and that making it modular like they've done now with the Stream Deck Plus, I think, whoa, that's so incredible. It just makes the Stream Deck Plus that much more of a tool to have on your
Yeah.
desk. You know, whereas I know a lot of my friends do talk about the Stream Deck 32 key as being the best thing that you can have on your desk. And I get it, you know, the more keys, the merrier. But the Stream Deck Plus is giving you sort of 8 functioning keys, if you like. But it's giving you the dials, it's giving you the LCD swipe screen, and with the new software. Excuse me. With the new software, there's going to be more we can do with those dials. If you haven't seen the video from Elgato today, go and see it. But for me, when I saw those dials in action, that just opens up a whole new ballpark for me to experiment with and make that more of a productive tool for people. So watch this space. We can have a lot of fun with that.
You're going to be busy as well.
I'm so busy. Yeah, I'm about to go on holiday because obviously my 2 little girls are off. So we've got a holiday planned, and I wasn't lying. My Stream Deck Plus is going in my bag on holiday this year. I've got a new laptop coming tomorrow. It's the Omen 14-inch.
Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, it's got OLED screen, and it's just 1 terabyte SSD, and it's really. I've read a lot of reviews. I luckily went to PC World the other day and got some hands on with it, and it's such a stunning piece of kit. I mean, you know, I appreciate some people like a 16-inch screen or 15, whatever, but when you actually see a 14-inch OLED, it's quite like
crystal clear.
Yeah, you're like, that's perfect, and the size, it's perfect. It really is. And for someone like me who's going to, you know, disappear for a good few weeks, I just drop it in my bag, and I'm gone. You know what I mean? I had a 16-inch Legion before that, which incredible laptop, really, really powerful. I think it had a 3060 in it. But trust me, when that thing powered up, it would almost levitate under its own fan noise. It was kind of
like the PS4 that literally flies up when you boot it up.
This Omen has the 4060 in it, and I tell you, it's just it has blown my mind. I don't normally get gushy when it comes to PC laptops, but because I'm a Mac fan, right? And I design on a Mac and all that. But this Omen 14-inch, I think it's Transcend. I think the company they teamed up with. It's just incredible. If you got a PC World near you, go and have a look, because it's very rare you get to have hands on a laptop before you buy it. I'm kind of right in saying that, right? And it just it just blew my mind. And the best thing is, it's available in white, so it will be here in white on my desk tomorrow as I madly install the new Elgato software into it and get to find out what it can really do. But yeah, I'm super stoked about it. But yeah, really enjoyed that, mate. That was really good fun.
It was nerve-wracking, but we got there.
Do you know what? It's gone as it should gone. You know, you've got great people talking about great products, and you know what? If that's what the community is about, isn't it? Just friendly, approachable, and it's just so lovely. I mean, like I said, my Discord wouldn't exist if people didn't have a Stream Deck, and every one of those guys in the Discord are just amazing. I will type how I'm feeling in that Discord, and I know I'm not going to get berated or anything like that. There's just such a great bunch of people because they're just nice. You know, Elgato brings that out in people, and I love it. You know, so just like her, I'm going to gush about Elgato forever because it's a great company.
We should have like a day live of the podcast. Talk
Oh,
about
what? Sorry.
Elgato for the day. Talk about Elgato for the day.
Yeah. Well,
for the day.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some time for that. Right, buddy.
Right.
Thanks again for
thank you.
queuing us up. Take care,
good.
and we'll see you on the next one.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. Check out Icon City, James. Check out Abrito. Smash that subscribe button, and hopefully catch you all later in the next one. And I gotta find the link. Where's the link? This is all good now. Oh, there it is. Thanks, everybody. Catch you all later.
Bye.